second part of a Via Francigena adventure. I hope you already enjoyed the first part. If not, then now it's the best time for it. While editing this video, I realized that the mood along the journey was not always the best. That's mainly because the path wasn't totally enjoyable due to various reasons. Anyway, as this is an honest review, I wanted to show you this whole journey unfiltered and just as it was and just how we felt along the way. So if you're watching this video because you're trying to figure out if you should or should not walk the Via Francigena, then hopefully with our experiences we are able to help you with your decision. Well, so sit back, grab a drink of your choice and enjoy the video. Es brennhaß! After leaving our least favorite church in Siena, we went on to reach the town of Ponte d'Arbia. As we are still in holiday season, it was not so easy to find open restaurants, cafes or even accommodations. Looking back at this now, I would not recommend walking the trail at this time of the year. It's not frequented at all, but also your possibilities for shelter and food are very limited. Oh, and by the way, the path itself wasn't getting any better. We are slowly making our way to Ponte d'Arbia, with Siena in the background as you saw there. And the biggest challenge today was actually not the walking so far, but getting a place to stay, because the accommodations are pretty limited and it seems that only one place is actually really open, but they were pretty nice. They take us now and we got something, but it was a challenge to get there. I have the feeling I called nearly the whole town, so maybe they will await us like with standing ovations when we arrive there. I hope so, at least. Remember when I said the way is not so challenging so far? That was like 10 seconds ago. Now it's muddy and sticky and slippery. After the muddy section, it continued in streets leading through dead towns and some more dirt roads alongside country roads. The accommodation we got in Ponte d'Arbia was one of the best on the whole hike. Just for a few euros more than we paid in the church in Siena, we got a comfy room with a big private bathroom, lots of hot water and even an Italian breakfast included. We paid 25 euros per person for this. Keep this in mind for later. And also our day started very beautiful, with mystical fog lying all over the area while the sun is slowly searching its way through. This part also mainly follows agricultural paths, so there is nearly no traffic and we saw beautiful landscapes for most of the day. Here we have something really cool. We have a nearly dead cypress. Just there on the tip it's still alive, the cypress. But the rest is ivy who crawled up the whole tree, and it just took on nearly the same shape as all the cypress trees. Overall, this day was a really relaxing and enjoyable hike. But well, the Via Francigena and myself just wouldn't become friends this time. I think we kind of got scammed again. We are in this place called Palazzo del Peregrino, and we paid 21 euros each, 21.50 each, and that's what we got. We got the dorm beds, the sheets we had to put on ourselves. We have a pillow. We have to use a sleeping bag. We don't have a blanket or anything. Yeah, we have this. We have a blanket. So yeah, it's pretty cold. It's no heating. We don't have Wi-Fi. We have a bathroom with, I hope, hot water. I did not try it. One bathroom. There are 4 other pilgrims, so we are 6. One bathroom, not so much. We don't have a kitchen, so we're forced to, and also we're not allowed to eat in here, and there is no public space. At least there is a sign. Fuck the sign, but you got me. I don't want to sound entitled and stuff, but for 21 euros, I don't want to get anything for free. But for 21 euros, I at least want to get a little bit. Maybe a kitchen, maybe Wi-Fi. I don't see the point where we pay so much money. So if you consider doing this trail, you have to have a budget, because it's not cheap. Today is one of the stretches I was most hyped for. We will walk through Bagno Vinoni and end today in Bagno San Fillipo, which is a few kilometers off the original route. Bagno means bath in Italian, and the towns are called like this because they have thermal springs. Why here so many thermal springs? Well, that is cause of Monte Amiata, which is actually a volcano but is not active since 200 to 400,000 years. Still, it has enough power to heat up the water and create these incredible springs that we are about to see. The warmest area in Bagno Vinoni is in the town square, but because of too many tourists walking naked through the town, it is forbidden since the 1980s to actually take a bath in them. The water runs down a little stream and then flows into a natural pool, which at this time of the year is not warm at all, so we decided to postpone the first dip of the day to when we arrive in San Filippo. Unfortunately, Amy's body decided that we walked enough for today, and for her safety we did something we usually never do. We skipped 5 kilometers per bus. The next morning we woke up with sunrise to be the first out on the Fosso Bianco, the wild thermal baths of Bagno San Filippo. It was a perfect start to the day, bathing in the warm sulphurous water surrounded by forest and birdsong. The typical beautiful milky turquoise color is caused to the many minerals found in the water. Being heated up and smelling a little bit like rotten eggs, we were ready to conquer today's short walk to Radicofani, which was leading mainly alongside the road and going up from start to finish. As we reached the town, we had some food and tried to reach someone to open the pilgrim's refuge for us, which we eventually did. So we just had to wait a little and enjoy Radicofani's beautiful old town on 780 meters above sea level, which is the highest point of our Via Francigena. This foggy and wet day started with a long way down along a gravel road until we reached the main road and followed it for a long time. No real highlights here, but hey, we crossed the border from Tuscany to Lazio. So I'm just gonna sum up the day. It started with a closed town called how is it called? Radicofani?
Radicofani.
Everything was closed in the morning. There was no place to get coffee or anything to eat. We had coffee at our refuge. So anyway, we went through three dead towns. I don't know, there are houses, it's dead. Google says there may be bars, there may be restaurants, but everything is dead. There is just nothing. Then we found this pizzeria, trattoria. We had pizza now. We are not starving anymore, but it was by far the worst pizza I ever had in Italy. Like really, I'm a bit disgusted. Okay, so anyway, from all the bad news, let's switch to the good news, because we can already see Aquapendente, which is our goal for today. Look at this. Look at all the bars and restaurants they might have there, which are hopefully open. Well, we reached Aquapendente anyway. We had great food and even managed to wash our clothes. And also we had a great view from our rooftop terrace. Buongiorno. We are just leaving the nice little town of Aquapendente, where all the cars are allowed to drive in the most narrow streets you've ever seen outside of Venice. So today is the 31st of December and we don't know where to sleep yet. Prices for the places where to stay exploded in the last couple of days. We didn't call the pilgrims accommodations yet, because I wrote them some emails, but they don't react to emails, because apparently that's not God's plan or whatever. So it's gonna be an adventure. Either we will sleep on the street, or we will have to pay thousands of euros, no, hundreds of euros for a bed tonight, or we are lucky and they will let us sleep in their beautiful accommodations. It's gonna be an adventure. We reached the first town and we already got a place to stay for tonight. Maybe it's a bit expensive, but at least it's not so expensive. It's okay, it's okay. We pay 30 euro per person. It's not the cheapest, but cheap compared to the rest, to the other options. And we got some coffee. I would like to show you more of the path, but it's boring. We walk between fields, muddy fields, and then sometimes we switch to roads where you have heavy traffic. It's not fun. The last 2 days were not fun to walk at all. I don't know. Let's see. At least today we're gonna end up in Bolsena, where there is a lake, which could be nice, I hope. We'll see. Soon after leaving the town, we already could see the Lago di Bolsena, and today's stage continued to give us beautiful views of the lake, the landscape and other things. As this year comes to an end, we were happy for an affordable place for the night, and due to all the effort and endeavor we put our bodies in the last few days and weeks, we were already sleeping when the new year arrived. Thanks for watching and see you next week when the last part airs.